Hello, we have 3 more words to go ahead and get through on this particular study sheet, and then we'll go on to some other concepts. So who was Augustus Caesar? Augustus Caesar and Octavian were the same person, so that helps make your life easier. It's just 2 names, but the same individual. Augustus Caesar was the Roman emperor, the very first Roman emperor, actually. In power when Jesus was alive. So you get Augustus Caesar as this idea of he was the first Roman emperor. He was a very successful one as well. So characteristics of Greco-Roman religion. You'll get that in another video. Keep in mind that I believe if you go starting on page 19 of your textbook, and if you keep kind of leafing through the upcoming pages through like maybe 20, through the early 20s, so 19 through 20 in your textbook, if you just go, you'll see some bolded headings. There's about 5 of those, and those will give you a better idea of this. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a couple of things. Focus upon multiple gods. For the most part, they're pretty tolerant of other religions. No separation of church and state. They live in what you would consider a theocracy, in which you practice, your government is also the head of religion. So there are no separation of church and state for Greco-Roman religious individuals. They're polytheistic. They focus on multiple gods. They have this idea of caring for the gods. There's this focus on the current life, not on what is in the afterlife. So in sacrificing to a god or to a goddess, they may be asking for something to make their physical life on earth better. They may be asking to not be sick. They may be asking for wealth. They may be asking for rain to come so they can have more fertile crops. They may be asking for, if they're a merchant, a salesperson, they may be asking for the sea to not have any sort of storms whenever they're on the ships, so they can go to the next port and they can sell their goods. So you see that there's more of a concern with the physical life and of what you're doing in the physical world than on the afterworld. So again, if you go to page, starting at about page 19, and if you go through the early 20s in textbook, that's where you'll find that information laid out a little more clearly. Monotheism, just as we discussed before, mono equals 1. So it is the worship and practice of one God. Okay, so thank you all so much for sticking with me through this. I encourage you all to not be too overwhelmed. You have plenty of time to go over these videos, to go over this material, and to make yourself incredibly familiar with it. And I know that you guys are going to do great. We still have plenty more to go over, so try not to watch all these at once and tire yourself out. So until then, I'll see you later, and good luck studying.